to 4 p.m. And thanks to NMH's MyZone, these lessons are 100% Namibian. There's so much to learn with #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
Welcome to MyZone Online School. My name is Teacher Precious, and I'm with my friend here. Say hello. The theme for this week is public transport. And before we begin, let us sanitize our hands. Let's rub our hands. And let's spread out. You spread out your hands so that they don't touch the person next to you, and you also do it in front as well. Remember to social distance and to wear your mask every time you go out. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about problem solving, fractions, addition and subtraction, and data handling. Let's now turn to page 9, where we are going to talk about problem solving, or we call them number stories. We have a story of our 3 classmates. We have Maylin, we have Nini, we have Romeo. Let's read the story. Marilyn, Nini, and Romeo are keeping score of the game they are playing. When a player wins a game, that player gets 5 points, which means plus 5 points. Okay. If a player loses a game, we write lose or loses. The player has 3 points taken away, which means minus 3 points. If it's a tie means they have the same score. Maybe it's 1-1 or 2-2. If it's a tie, each player gets 2 points. So it's plus 2 points. Okay. Let's now check our questions. We are going to do number 1 and 2. What does number 1 say? Each of them has 20 points to start with, which means Marilyn 20, Nini 20, Romeo 20. How many points do they have in total? It means 20 plus 20 plus 20. Okay, this is how we are going to do number 1. Let's now check number 2. Maylin wins the first game. Maylin wins the first game, how many points does Maylin have after the first game? We said a win is 5 points. So Marilyn will get 5 points. I now want you to do number 3, 4, 5, and 6, following what I was doing here. Thank you very much, grade 2s. Let's now turn to page 10, where we are going to talk about fractions. And our first lesson is on the fraction chart. This is our fraction chart, and on this chart, we are going to learn to name the fractions. We have our first part here, which is not divided. It's written 1 over 1, but we call it 1 whole. The second one is a half. Then we have a third. You must know how to call these fractions well. We also have a quarter. 1 over 5, we call it a fifth. Then we have a sixth, eighth, and 10th. That's all about the fraction chart. You must also try to draw it, grade 2s. Okay? And grade 3s, you can use it for your revision. You can also draw it. Let's now turn to page 11, where we are going to color the fractions. I have my picture here. It's a pizza. This is a pizza. So we want to color 1 over 4. Which means my friend here will eat 1 part. This 1 part out of the 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't say 1 over 3. We say 1 out of 4. So we want to color 1 over 4. So this is what we do. So like this, it will be 1 over 4. Let me do another example again. 2 over 4. It means we can also color here. Which means 2 pieces of pizza out of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Okay. That's all. I want you to do the rest. You draw a circle. You show me the number of parts. If there are 2 out of 5, it means there must be another one here. Then you color the number on top. 2 out of 5. Okay. Now, let's move on to page 12, where we are going to do a comparison of fractions, grade 3s, or we say we are going to compare fractions using greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay. Let me give an example. We have 2 out of 4. Then we have 3 out of 4. Okay. We want to see who is going to eat the bigger piece of pizza. So we color 1, 2. This one is 1, 2 pieces. And this one, Okay. So this one will eat the 2 pieces and the other one will eat the 3 pieces. So which one is bigger? Which one will get the bigger piece? So 3/4 is the biggest. Okay. We now move on to the next example. We have our pizza here. My friend will eat 2 pieces out of 4. Okay. Then this pizza is cut into 8 pieces. And I'll eat 4 pieces. Okay? I can choose. Okay. Or let me draw it again and do it on the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 8. If I shade, you see, the 4 pieces will give us the same size as this side. So it's equal. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all about fractions for today. Let's now move on to page 3, where we are going to do addition and subtraction of numbers using the number line. Okay. I have my number line here on the board. And we are going to start by subtracting numbers. And I'll do with you the first one and the second one only. So our first sum is 17 minus 2. So we go to 17. Then we count 1, 2. So 17 minus 2 equals to 15. Okay. Let me try 12 minus 6. We come to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer, 12 minus 6 equals to 6. So you do the rest on your own. We are now moving on to addition of numbers using our number line. Okay. Our first question is 3 plus 7. Okay. So we go to 3 plus, we are adding, we are going forward. Okay. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 3 plus 17 equals to 20. Okay. Let me do one more. We can take here 9 plus 9. Okay. We go to the number 9 here. This is number 9. And we add 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is 18. 9 plus 9 equals to 18. That's all about addition and subtraction of numbers using the number line. Grade 2s and grade 3s, remember to follow for your revision purposes. Thank you very much. Let's now turn to page 14, where we are going to talk about data handling. Okay. I have a picture on the board, and we want to start by naming the graph. Today, what we are going to use is called a bar graph. This is a bar graph, and we are going to draw the bars from the story which is given here. Let's read the story, and whilst we are reading, we'll be drawing the graph. During the holidays last summer, whilst traveling across Namibia with a bus, which means one bus. So, this is what we do, grade 2s. We come to bus and we draw a line, okay? Then we join. Okay? I came across 7 cars at the roadblock between Windhoek and Okahanja. How many cars? 7 cars. So we look for cars here. This is cars. How many cars? 7. We come here. We draw our bar. Okay. When we reach the coastal town at Walvis Bay, I saw 3 boats anchored at the harbor. How many boats? 3 boats. Okay, we go to boats. We draw the bar. Okay. And I saw also 2 planes flying above. How many planes? 2 planes. The aeroplanes. Two planes. Okay. After the holiday, I took a train back to Windhoek. So it's 1 train. We come here again and we draw the bar. This is how you draw the bar graph. Then if you want, you can color or you can make lines. You can do the same to all of them. And that's how we do the bar graph. That's all for today's lesson, grade 2s. Thank you. Let's now turn to page 15, where we are going to do bridging. And our question is, complete the following sums, make the 10 to add. Bridging means finding the missing number. Okay. I'm going to do an example with you. We have 9 plus 7 equals to, then we have a box, and we have 2 circles. Okay. First, we want to add 9 and 7. 9 plus 7 equals to 16. Okay. Now, we'll take the 6 and put it here. Okay? Then, to get this number, we are going to subtract 7 minus 6, and we get 1. Okay. We come to the next stage where we now want to find the 10. 9 plus 1 equals to 10. Plus, we now bring down this 6. Okay, so it will be 10 plus 6 equals to 16. Okay, now I want you to follow my example and the examples given in our booklet to do the other sums. Thank you so much, grade 2s and grade 3s. Remember to keep on revising. Thank you very much for today's lesson. And before we leave, I would like to remind you to always sanitize. And remember to spread out your hands so that you don't touch the person next to you, and you also do it in front as well. Okay, remember to social distance, and every time you go out, remember to wear your mask. Okay? Before we move on to the next lesson, let's call our friend Zoshi to say bye.
What is social distancing? Hi everyone, I am Zoshi, and I'm back. It literally just means that you need to stay home all the time and keep away from crowded places. And remember to keep your distance from your friends too. Everybody stay safe. Yay! Till next time. Bye!
A rare tropical disease, the Zika virus, is spreading rapidly in parts of Latin America and the Caribbean. In March 2015, the Zika virus first surfaced in Brazil and has infected more than 1 million people. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, and the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, have responded swiftly to the Zika crisis. These UN agencies came together to make available a nuclear technology that controls pests by rendering the males infertile with radiation. This is called the sterile insect technique, or SIT. A group of scientists from around the world gathered in Brazil recently to examine SIT's effectiveness. They have concluded that SIT is an efficient, safe and environmentally friendly technique to control pests and fight diseases such as Zika. Conceived in the early 1930s, the idea behind SIT is a simple one. It involves bringing the insects into a laboratory, rearing them in large numbers and sterilizing only the males with ionizing radiation such as gamma or X-rays. For SIT to work, millions of sterile male insects must be released into the wild for several months to outnumber the fertile ones.
What's going to happen is that these sterile males are going to seek out the virgin females, they're going to mate, but there's going to be no offspring. So there's going to be reduced population replacement, and you will see that after a while the target population is going to go down.
At the IAEA's Insect Pest Control Laboratory in Siebersdorf, Austria, entomologists have been developing and improving this technique for over 50 years. It's already been used in around 25 countries, mainly to tackle pests, such as fruit flies and tsetse flies. Experts are now developing techniques for the mass rearing of mosquitoes and transferring them to countries affected by Zika to help them integrate SIT into their pest control programs. Over 100,000 mosquitoes from 3 different species are kept here. Special attention is being given to this one, the Aedes aegypti, which is responsible for spreading the Zika virus.
What we have seen in the past is that Aedes aegypti control with conventional control tools has not been very successful. So we consider this as one additional new tool that could be used to integrate with the conventional methods.
Scientists have created a special environment for the entire life cycle of the mosquito, from the egg to the larvae, to the pupae to the adult. The pests live, feed and mate in large, specially designed cages. Thorough research has determined the right dose of radiation to sterilize the males, without damaging them or affecting their mating ability. In a further step to help countries tackle the Zika virus, the IAEA is providing portable equipment for the rapid detection of the virus. Training scientists from the affected countries to use this system is also underway. When fully implemented and used alongside other control methods, the sterile insect technique could help countries reduce the numbers of mosquitoes and cope better with the diseases that these small but deadly creatures can spread. This report was produced by Louise Potterton for the United Nations.
Anything, he should be everything. Strength provider, the architect of every ring. Experience penny yellow, see the face of God and live.
I pray to God for my enemy. Why your lady, why your baby, why not dead? Insta baby, insta baby, insta baby. Why you lying? Everybody shake what your mama gave ya. Everybody move what your mama gave ya. Everybody shake what your mama gave ya. Everybody move, yeah, lost, fuck.
You are now watching the B10 Countdown.